Greetings, everyone. This is Harmony speaking. It's 10:57 p.m. Central Standard Time, August 17th, 2017. I do apologize. Our special guest, the astrologer, could not make it tonight. We're going to rebook her for tomorrow or the next day. But tonight, we have a very special treat for you. Once again, Sarah is our gracious moderator. She'll be reading chat and so it'll be very interactive. Later in the broadcast, as I usually do, I will send out the link, and you may join the show live or continue, chatting away. Am I presenting to everyone, Sarah? I don't think
Yes.
I am. Okay, well, let me do this. No, that's not where I want to go. I want to go here. All right, can you see the Paradox Hotel diagram?
No, I see a picture of me.
That's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. All right, let's try this one more time. My mouse is acting up, apparently. Let's try it again. Share screen and present to everyone. And it thinks I'm screen sharing. Can you see the Word document yet?
No, I still see me.
Well, there's a 20
It's
second
really
delay.
weird looking at myself.
Well, you have to wait 20 seconds.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, I'll wait.
So 20 seconds from now, hopefully you'll see it, and let me know if you see it. You are screen sharing and presenting. Oh, you are, Sarah. Sorry. You were
Okay.
the presenter. I fixed the problem, people.
Oh.
My apologies. A little technical
No
error.
problem.
All right, now you can see the Word document in front of you.
Oh, yep. Yep. Whoa.
All right.
Well, I
Oh,
see
yeah. Yeah,
like a
there you
tunnel. Okay, yeah, I see it.
go. Okay, so here we are. So it's the Paradox Hotel. And the story goes it's $25 a room. So I probably should have made that larger. Can you read that at all?
It's pretty small on I mean, if I squint,
Yeah, I know. Well,
it's all right.
no, I think I should take 2 seconds to make it bigger.
Okay.
Don't. I don't know how big. That's really big. I'm sorry, that was pretty funny. Well, my mouse is really acting up tonight.
Imagine that.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do this. All right, so three guys go into a hotel room and they ask for room. And the manager says, well, it's $25 a room, but there's three of you. So I'm going to charge you $5 for the extra person. I have this in red for a reason. This is the whole point. It's
Okay.
also a parable. All right, so then the night manager decides, what, I really didn't need to charge those guys the extra $5. I'm going to return it to him. So he takes $5 out of the cash drawer, hands it to the bellhop, and he tells the bellhop to give him the $5 back. Okay, so the bellhop's like, well, I don't know what to do. I got three people and $5. How do I split $5 equally between three people? He's like, I can't. Oh, I have a solution. He decides to keep $2 and he's going to give one man $1 back. So the problem is a dollar went missing. So let's examine this a little bit closer. So we have the cash drawer. It's $25 plus a 5. There should be $30 in the cash drawer, correct?
Right.
And then he takes out $5, so there should be $25 at the end of the story in the cash drawer, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is not rocket science. This is addition, folks, and subtraction. And we have three men, right? Each man paid $10 each. That equals 30. That equals 30. Everything's fine. But then he takes his $5 out and he hands it to the bellhop. So now we have our $5 with the bellhop. This is where the problem arises because now we're introducing the bellhop. He's a troublemaker in the story because you see these magical little number two. He decides to keep $2 and give three back. So now instead of the men spending $10 each, here's now you see they have $1 returned each. So you subtract a dollar from each person. So now the three men have spent $27. Correct?
I don't know. I got lost.
Well, basically, you have $30. He says,
Right.
give $5 back.
Right.
Here's the $5. I'm going to keep two, and I'm going to give $3 back, one to each person.
Mm-hmm.
$1 to you, $1 to you, $1 to you. That's how the bellhop just divided the $3. So here's your $3, and this is how you come up with the 27. The problem is there's only $2 left, right? Because the bellhop kept two.
Right.
What's 27 plus two?
29.
Yeah, 29. We're missing a dollar.
What? Wait, I'm
Yeah,
confused. No.
27, 27 plus 2 equals 29. A dollar went missing. This is an insolvable problem. You cannot solve this problem. It's impossible. With conventional math known to the general public, I shall add.
I don't know. I'm confused. To me, okay, they had
But
30.
okay, here, let me bring you back to whole. So if you tell the story normal, okay, you got, there's the cash drawer. You got 20. I'm live, by the way. You got the cash drawer. You got $25, a 5, 30, no problem. He takes out 5, gives it the bellhop. The bellhop gives $5 back to the people. Problem solved. No big deal. There's no dollar missing, right? When you tell the story that way, okay, he has 5. He takes 5 out. He gives $5 to the bellhop. End of story. Money's accounted for. The problem arises. The moral of the story is there's an extra person here. As soon as you start introducing an extra person, you got to divide it 3 ways, and then you end up with this 3-way. It's called a fractal. You create a fractal in the problem, and then you introduce another character called a bellhop, which creates another variable. So you have a fractal and a variable. In other words, you can split realities and go into this is how you explain the problem. Now I'm going to go over everybody's head. But basically, an insider told me this story, and at the end of the story, he said to me, do Harmony, what's the moral of the story? I said, I don't know. He said, you can't take from God what belongs to him.
Hmm.
So in other words, so this goes back to my physics. This is after the Mandela shaped universe. This is what I call universe 2, the prototype, and it had 8. Cody, I'm live. And it had 8 dimensions each. And basically, what they learned to do is, as I talked over and over again, this is the sideways Aleister Crowley symbol. So it goes this way, it's sideways, which happens by accident to be the center symbol of all my physics. And it also is a non-dimensional physics. So they basically were able to tap into the ninth dimension. Once they did that, they tapped into these represent the 4 forces: strong nuclear force, weak nuclear force, the electro, and the magnetic, or if you want to say electromagnetic and gravity, I don't care. And then basically they learned how to change this angle from like a 30 to 33-degree angle. And that's where you get this moving down a little bit. And that's why Freemasons love 33 degrees,
Right.
because it's representative of how they managed to manipulate the universe. They began to shrinking pi. Pi became a smaller number, which is representative of the universe. And what they did here is there's this little line here, and see how it goes down here and it comes back. It's kind of like a relay system. Basically, they learned how to split dimensions. They fractaled the universe, and they created the eighth and ninth. Excuse me. They created the ninth and the 10th dimension, and created spikes. So let me show you the spikes. What they did here is, you notice if you can see my mouse, there's these spikes here. Can you see that, Sarah?
Hold on, I'm having to reload because I somehow pushed pause. Okay, now I can see.
So you see how these have spikes here,
Mm-hmm.
and this does not have the spikes. See no spikes here. So they managed to crack into the ninth dimension, have access to this symbol, which I hate to say it is the Aleister Crowley symbol as well. It also has a
Right.
geometric name. Sucked energy out, moved. They managed to manipulate the invisible field by tapping into it, but yet they cannot go into it. They didn't go into it. They didn't have mastery of the 10th dimension. So they do not, I repeat, they do not have mastery of the 10th dimension, but they did succeed in tapping into it and manipulating reality and splitting dimensions, creating the ninth and 10th dimension. And then they created this relay system. So they created the extra dimensions here and managed to create a relay system back. So when it came up here and it came back into the central control room, everything looked normal. So they were able to, sounds like blasphemy, fool God, if you want to
Right.
say that.
Yeah.
You want to, if you want to go that kind of level. I mean, this is like very, very, very serious talk. This is not fun and games. I'm telling you the schematics of the universe and what happened, and I'm telling you the physics of it. So,
Right.
so what we're doing is they basically by doing this they took something from God, correct?
Correct.
So this insider said the moral of the story is you can't take from God. Basically, what I've been preaching, if you've been listening to me long enough,
Mm-hmm.
I've been preaching for 20 years. You did something that violated universal law, and you did something in this territory that was not permitted nor allowed, and you violated the rules. And yes, you got away with it. We acknowledge it. What they did was brilliant, Sarah. I mean, the math and the physics that went into it was flawless.
Oh yeah.
Just flawless math. It flows so beautifully to such perfection. I mean, you have to look at it and appreciate it as art, is what they did. Although at the end of the day, I still hate their guts and I can't stand them. But you have to appreciate the enemy because if you can't appreciate the enemy, that's when the enemy destroys you, and that's when
Exactly.
they pounce and I mean the second you underestimate your enemy, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
You're toast. That's when not only is the battle over, that is when the war is over.
Mm.
Anyway, why did I start talking like that? Getting my military out in me. I was in the Navy, people. You know I used to do, if you know who I am. Anyway, any questions in the chat? I'm done rambling.
I just asked if there's any questions, so we'll see. It's pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah.
Just everyone saying hello, hello. Nothing so far.
Well, I guess we'll end the show then since it's a quiet night.
It is a quiet night. It was, and didn't you post a video earlier? I was kind of listening to it before we went to the store, asking if you were your work was slower this time of year than it usually would be.
Right.
Mine totally is. And it's been really cold here for August up here. It's like 70 something.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, it's nice, but it's
Well,
weird for August.
it's and a lot of people on Facebook pages and the chatter is everybody's pretty much convinced we had like 3 shifts in a row in the last week.
Oh, wow. Oh, I
Like
have a
people,
question.
that's what that's what the chatter is saying right now. So
Okay. Casey has a question.
yeah.
She says hi, or she. Hi, can you talk a little more about the mirror reality?
Hmm. Does she want
If
to
you,
come on the show? I don't want to talk through text.
okay.
If she's wanting to go on the show, I'll put the link in the show. Let's see how to do that.
Okay.
Well, and first of all, how do I put the link? I don't even know where this.
Don't ask me.
Or I have to go to find my live stream. Well, does anybody want to join live? I don't know.
Let me ask. Yeah, it's kind of been just one of those slow days, just period. No, no, just not a lot whole lot going on, at least here in California or up here on the mountain. Mm, I no one's answering, so oh wait,
So
just
what do you think
listening.
about? So what do you think about that little Paradox Hotel thing? Is that bizarre? Or what?
That's interesting. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I was kind of, reading like chat and typing, and I kind of like, but the math, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back over it and I'll let you know what I think because
Well, I'll do
it's
it again.
interesting.
Because
No, you don't have to do it again because it's just
no,
me.
I'm going
Because
to
I
do
was
it
like, no,
again.
that
Because
makes
no,
sense.
no, everybody needs to hear it again. You
I
can't
know,
hear this
but
story
they have
once.
okay, but they have
No, here, no, I'll
30.
do it again. Can you
Okay.
see my screen share again? This is like one of these things where you just have to hear it said 3 times in a row. So can you
Yeah.
see my screen share again?
I'm seeing the tunnel vision and then yep, and then it pops up.
So it's a
Casey says
Paradox
she's with
Hotel.
okay, go ahead.
Oh, what's Casey want? I'm sorry.
No, she said she's without a mic cam, but thank you for the invitation. Um Lord Frybread, Harmony, have you ever been touched by an invisible entity physically that you remember?
Well, yes, and a lot more than that. I meet with them in person.
Mm-hmm.
I've met many species in person,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. But I use, oh crap, I'm live. I got a little comfortable.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, next question.
You are live. Dale says he can't come on the show. Computer's not working.
Yeah.
Hey there, hi there. Ludicrous speed. No more questions for right now. So go ahead and do the Paradox Hotel for people that just
Okay,
joined.
so here we go. The Paradox Hotel again. So 3 guys go into a hotel room and they ask for a room. Hold on a second. My son's. Let me hit mute for a minute and I'm going to yell at my son.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I guess he finally heard me. Okay. Starting over. So 3 guys go into a hotel room and they ask for a room. And the manager says, well, it's $24 a room, but you have an extra person. That's why I put in bold. So the extra person's the problem now. And we'll charge $5 for the extra person. So that's $30 right?
Mm-hmm.
So each guy takes out $10 each and pays $30. So now we have $30 in the cash drawer. No problem, right?
Right.
And then the manager says, well, you know what? I really didn't need to charge that extra $5. So he gives it to the bellhop to return the $5 to the 3 men in the room. Now, have the bellhop just gone back to the room and handed the men the 5 ones, no problem. 30 and 30
That's what
and
I'm thinking. Or the
yeah,
manager just
it,
needs to
it
not
all
be
it,
lazy.
yeah, it all adds up. But you see,
Yeah.
the problem here is that the bellman, the bellhop, he's like, well, I don't know how to split $5 between 3 people. So now now you have a perfect order of the universe, and now you introduce the bellhop who decides to think of a different reality, a different possibility. It goes back to the story. If a tree fell in the forest, did it make a sound? And the Zen Buddha answers, no, because you have to have an observer. Without the observer, then the event never occurred. Therefore, if there's no observer, there's no tree, there's no forest, and no tree can fall down and make a sound. So the event never occurred. So
Right.
with this story, it's perfectly fine without the observer that we call the bellhop. So this is a quantum story of reality. So now we're going to introduce this guy called the bellhop. This bellhop is a dumbass, and instead of just handing the $5 back, he's like, I don't know how to split up $5. Well, I tell you, he's like, I don't know. Let me see. I'll just keep $2. Yeah, that's it, and then I'll hand each guy back $1. So that's what the dumbass does. Excuse my language. Um, so now we have the bellhop with the $5. He keeps two and gives three back. So the men spent $10 each, right? So now because here's the $3, each got $1 back. So now 9 plus 9 plus 9, they all spent $9, right? Because they got $1.
Right.
And 9 times 3 equals 27, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have $27, but
Okay, I see what you're saying.
the bellhop
Okay.
only kept $2. So now we have $27 plus the 2 equals 29. Thanks to the bellhop, now we got a missing dollar. The bellhop screwed all of reality up. Reality was perfectly fine. Everything's smooth. It's even numbers. You take 5, 5, 5 goes back, no problem. And then we introduce the middleman.
Yeah.
B for biatch. Excuse me, bellhop. I'm getting kind of funny here. I shouldn't be doing this. But anyway, do you understand?
Okay.
A dollar went missing, man.
Okay, Lord Frybread has a question. I think dimensional shifting, quote unquote, aren't you at least your own conscience? Have you ever looked at yourself on Google and then seen two different locations?
Yes.
That's interesting.
The best the best app is Endomondo. Download Endomondo and turn that thing on record. You'll see
Endomondo.
you're gonna watch your bounce you'll watch yourself bounce all over reality.
Oh, nice.
No,
Um,
you're not sitting still, trust me. Download it's a free app called Endomondo. It's on Play Store. Put it on your Android phone.
oh,
Turn
I'm
turn
totally doing
turn
that.
turn the record button on and you will be blown away.
Oh, I'm doing that. Data Junkie says the bellhop works for the IRS. That's
Well,
funny.
apparently yeah, I like that one. I like that one. We don't know where that trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars went.
Exactly.
Some freaking aircraft blew up where we just moved all the data the week before. Yeah, just 1 week before, we thought it was a good idea to move all the data into this one area because it was behind a wall that was reinforced with all kinds of concrete that made it impossible for a freaking missile to be fired at it. There was no way for this data to be destroyed. So that's why we put all the data there. But somehow a airplane flew into it and destroyed the whole damn place. A missile
Yeah.
can't. A missile can't do it. They just reinforced the wall. A missile can't get through there, but I don't know. A freaking airplane did.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, and by the way, it just it was like a shaped charge explosion, and you see things fried in perfectly good desk right next to it. It's just hysterical.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was an airplane that came in, crashed, and created a massive fire and left desk in perfect order. But the wall next to him was cut like butter. I mean, like the freaking missile went through that place like butter.
Uh-huh. Sorry.
Oh, anyway,
It's,
didn't mean to go on that
it's
topic.
not the story. I'm just tired. I didn't mean to go on that
Anybody else in chat?
Teresa just joined from Brian McFarlane's channel.
Hey, Teresa, good to talk to you. Do you want to come on live? I could still do that, can't I?
You got me.
No. I can find my live stream somewhere here. Oh, am I still screen sharing? Damn it.
It's the Paradox Hotel thing.
Oh, no, I accidentally screen shared something.
I didn't see it.
Well,
Oh, yeah, now I see it.
yeah, I accidentally did that.
Oops.
Oops.
Pay no attention to the screen right now. Okay, it's good.
Disregard that. I forgot I was on screen share and I like started buzzing around my computer. Oh, anyway. Well, I guess Teresa, did you have anything to say?
She's just kind of greeting everyone. I have not
Uh,
seen any questions.
yeah. Did you have any? So that Paradox Hotel thing is quite the mind bender, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Okay, guy has a question. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Chicago guy. What are the feelings when you find yourself in a dimensional shift?
A
I
lot
guess.
of dizziness.
Yeah.
It's a lot of dizziness. You might be outside, like I don't know. I walk my dog. I'll be walking my dog. I'll be looking at the ground, and all of a sudden the ground does a whole 360.
Okay, I was gonna ask you about that because when I go, I walk around my neighborhood every day and I feel like I get super dizzy too during shifts, but I also
Yeah,
feel like I'm stepping and I'm gonna fall off. Does that make sense? Or the ground like disappears for a minute and I kind of like
yeah,
have to catch myself. I hate that.
yeah. Well, that's the different realities you're seeing, and yeah, it's real. And sometimes it does to you as a human being when you're looking into the other dimension. You think you're going to step 100 feet down, but you won't. But
Okay.
I wouldn't
It just
step
feels like
down.
you're gonna fall.
I still wouldn't step into it.
Yeah. I just kind of trip in it or something. I don't know. Data Junkie. yeah, the men paid 27. You don't add two. You just you subtract it from the 27 to get 25. My head hurts. So, um, someone asked about the eclipse. I know you were gonna have the astrologer on, and she couldn't make it. But do you know anything about the eclipse?
Well, we're still in a assessment mode. Um, I mean, I'm live. I don't know what to say. All I can say is there should be no fear is the most important thing. No matter what happens, you should have no fear. You might see and experience some really weird crap that will cause fear, but you need to get grounded back, as I say, pretend you're a tree and grow roots and branches and leaves and, bring in true source God, creator energy and, just stand true to who you are. Remember who you are. You're a child of God. You're one of the most powerful beings in all existence. And, you wake up and claim your authority. It's time for you to claim the authority of who you truly are and stop acting like a prisoner. I use the example, it's time to take your diapers off and get your thumb out of your
Mm.
mouth. It really is.
I know.
Put it this way, if you think we are alone in the universe, you're an idiot.
No,
I,
not at all. Yeah.
I'm sorry. There is so much life out there. It is ridiculous. And there are many species observing us, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone is sitting there scratching their heads, going, "We don't know what the hell to do with these people. We have done everything to wake them up. We did the Mandela Effect. We altered realities. We did this. We did that." It's just like, even the insiders are going, "We did too good of a job when these damn people sleep."
Exactly.
It's like nothing is waking these people up.
It's
Nothing.
frustrating, isn't it? Yeah, it's frustrating.
I mean, everyone just wants to talk about this change and that change. And, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. You know, you got to wake up to who you truly are. It starts with you and, shining. The Bible says, you got all these Christians on the Mandela Effect. My God, if you're a
Mm-hmm.
Christian, quit freaking out. Okay, yes, there's a strong delusion and the devil is changing our Bibles, and you can go in all that fear mongering and horror story. But at the end of the day, what's the message you're preaching? Well, you have nothing to fear because Jesus Christ and yeah, but it's just why don't you get back to the teachings of Jesus Christ where it's not Christianity. He taught the way. This is the way. This is the way. So follow the
Mm-hmm.
way.
Have you
And
read that book, Illusions, with the blue feather on the front? I
no,
can't remember the author. It's really good. It's about Jesus's message, essentially. But
yeah,
anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
no, go ahead.
No, I haven't read it in a long time, but I remember reading it, and
Mm,
and I just wonder if you had read it as well. I'm probably gonna revisit that book. It's called
oh,
Illusions. It has a blue feather on the front.
cool.
Yeah.
No, it gets a little frustrating because people want to go, oh, it's CERN, oh, it's D-Wave, oh, it's this, but no one wants to talk about the physics behind it. And then I make a video explaining, okay, this is how D-Wave can do it. Crickets on those videos. Okay, I'm explaining the physics of how CERN could be doing this. Crickets. But if I go, you know, Kit Kat changed its name, it's thousands of hits. It's
Yeah, because it's relatable because you actually experienced it when you're explaining physics. A little, you have to sit down and actually like think about it. And a lot of people are busy or just don't really want to do that because you know what
no,
I
they
mean?
don't. They want to talk about sensational. It's called sensationalism.
Yeah. That's interesting too. But yeah, the
And
science
and
behind
and
it.
and now the Mandela effect is taking a complete circle because there are people that are new to this, and they don't know about all the Mandela effect videos that we made 2 years ago. So now I'm seeing a complete remake of all the old videos from 2 years ago, and
Yeah, well, they'll get there.
this
They'll get
Mandela
there.
effect is going a whole complete circle.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
The bottom line is I'm talking about reality here and what's happening and trying to explain people the physics and what's really happening.
Do we wake? This is what I feel like, and it's pissing me off. I feel like I wake up and I, do self work and stuff, and I get to a point where, I've meditated and da da da, and then I wake up and I feel like I have to start all over again, or like in a different reality, and like,
Yes.
and I'm different weights too. If that sounds
Yeah,
stupid, but I
it's true.
swear to God, I wake up and I'm like, I'm fatter today, or I'm like, oh, I'm skinny today. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
it's
it I hate to say it, but the dark forces realize certain people are awake, and so they target us, and they do certain things, and
oh, I
um
know they do certain things. Ugh, and
and
just
and
not
and
really
and,
not good
and,
things.
and there's what people don't understand is there's multiple realities, and they're bouncing us around realities right now.
Yeah, and it's exhausting.
They're moving us from one reality to the next reality to the next reality. They're constantly moving us around.
Ugh. Yeah, and, yeah, and
Kind of reminds me of the infinite hotel paradox story. That's another one.
that's
The
another
infinite,
one. Mm.
the infinite hotel. That would be that's a fun one to tell. Let's see. I'll screen share again. Hopefully, I don't screw up.
Ludicrous Speed says, "I'm from New Jersey. If anyone is nice that you don't know, it's creepy, honestly."
I forgot how to sound. But well, here I'll just show you another good one you should look up.
Okay.
See if I still have it. Dum dum dum. Isn't that creepy?
I can't
Um,
see. Hold on. I have another question from Lord Frybread.
what's that?
Frybread. I can't talk tonight. Question: isn't it just you're trying to do positive, benevolent things that bring good things when culture based on monolithist and polytheist try to intermingle socially the traditional stay? Do you understand that question?
Well, what it has to do with is a lot of people have different opinions about reality and the way this place should be and how it should be structured and who should rule it and who should be in power. And um, there's been negotiations going on for many years, and there's a lot of arguments. And a lack of better words, your Star Wars or Star Trek is it's not accurate. But it's a pretty good prediction. Jupiter, that movie Jupiter Rising,
I
something
never watched that. Is that good?
that that is too close to the truth.
That's what I thought. And people like, of course, the public reacted like, "Oh, it's the stupidest movie ever. It sucks," or whatever. But I was like, "Well, I kind of want to
No,
watch it."
it's way too close to the truth.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it.
It's frightening. Yeah, it's pretty frightening. But there's a tremendous amount of truth in that. But if you can see my screen share, you look this up. It's called the Infinite Hotel Paradox. The whole people make these videos, and it's freaking hysterical because it's a hotel where you have an infinite number of people and an infinite number of rooms. But then one day, you'll see here, right here, the infinite bus arrives, and the night manager doesn't know what to do with the infinite bus. And so here's the tire manager going, "What do I do?" Well, I have a solution to this problem. I'm going to say everybody in room one is going to move to room two. Everyone in room two is going to move to room four, and that's going to leave room three open, and then six, and then eight, and the problem goes on and on and on, which equals n times 2n. And so there's now an infinite number of odd numbers and an infinite number of even numbers. So now he created an infinite number of extra rooms. So now he can put the infinite bus into the infinite hotel. And this is all perfect science. And now he's happy. He solved the problem of the infinite bus coming into the infinite room with some simple math. And it's very simple math and it works. Now there's a new problem. Now there's a whole bunch of infinite buses and a whole bunch of infinite people showing up to the infinite hotel room.
Yeah, and there's only one made. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and
Okay,
there's
go
only
ahead.
one made. Yeah, that's true. There's only one made. And he's like, how do I figure this out? Let me see. I'm gonna figure this out. Let's see, what do I do? Thinking. Oh, here's my idea. Oh, it just goes back to the infinite quality of prime numbers. So he's using a math that was invented in the year 300 BC. So the math he's about to use was invented in 300 BC. First, you take the prime number, everybody in room 2, prime number. Now that leaves the odd number 7 open. You take 2 to the power of 7, and now that person goes room 128. And then, and so the first bus, we solved the problem by saying prime number 3. So now we created an infinite number of prime numbers according to this math that was invented in 300 BC. Everybody in room 7 goes to 3 to the power of 7 room, which is actually room 2187. And this continues for infinity, and it's perfectly sound physics. I'm sorry, math, and it works. So now so the next bus shows up. He's prime number 5, prime number 7, 11, 13, and this can go on for an infinity. So now he has solved the problem of an infinite number of buses showing up to the infinite number of room. So now he has, wait, we have another problem? Let me see. I think he might, everybody takes their key and they all go to the room. Everything's fine. But room number 6 is empty.
Hmm.
Do you get this? No, no. Did everybody just catch this? In all these math equations, room number 6 is open. They can't fill room number 6. For real, I'm not kidding. The math all works out. Every single person in an infinite room for an infinite number of people all come in, but at the end of the day, no matter how you run the math, room number 6 is always, always open.
Hmm.
Is that freaky? You know what 6 means? The dynamic number 6,
Yeah.
upside down number 9. Do you understand what this means? It is a high level overview of the universe, and they're simply stating I've if you've listened to my intergroups, I talk about how the species they have they are in the sixth dimension. They're sixth dimensional beings, and they're able to. I call it the maintenance stack. It's unmonitored, uncontrolled. They do whatever the hell they want because they're literally in between realities. They're in between the fifth and the seventh
Mm.
dimension, and they're in the sixth. And I call this the maintenance stacks. From the sixth dimension, they can manipulate the 5, 4, 3, and they can also tap into the 7 a little bit. And these guys have free reign, and that's why 666 and 6, and they love the number 6. It's because of this infinite hotel paradox. Because
Mm.
nowhere in the infinite possibilities of the universe, these denominator beings will always have their room number 6 open, no matter what.
Whoa.
Freaky, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow. I have to run to the kitchen. Let me see if there's another chat. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, I had to get some water here. I'm thirsty. When you talk
No
this
problem.
much.
Yeah.
So, any other questions?
No, just some comments. Someone asked why room 6 is always empty, but I think you explained it. And
Because of the math.
yeah, exactly.
And you can watch this video. You're seeing it play right now. There's a lot more to the video, and it gets more complicated.
Okay.
You know. Basically, we're under full attack. I mean, they get us with GMO food, television programming. It's called programming for a reason. Spelling is goes they're casting a spell on you. Um, the language you speak, if you speak English like me, it is designed to limit your abilities and make sure you do not achieve higher dimensional awareness with the English language. It's nearly impossible to achieve higher dimensions with the English language. Believe it or not, that's why you gotta learn another language, like Andarashitara Kahanda Shakarahanda Tushukuku Kahanda Sharara Donda Sharapishitara Ahanda Shira Quanta Shira. And so those languages are more expressive than the English language. I don't know where it's going with that, but anyway.
Yeah.
Is there any more questions, or did you have any?
Is all produce GMO if it's not labeled organic?
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
an
would
expert
assume.
on. I'm not an agriculture expert. I'm sorry. If I knew the answer, I would tell you, but I do not. All
I
I can
know
say
there's
is
I can't
just
remember
do
what it's
the
called. There's
just
like
do
the
the
dirty,
best you can.
yeah,
I mean,
there's a,
farmers markets is whatever. If you have a farmers market, go to
oh,
that.
we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know it's the Dirty Dozen or something like that. You can look it up online. It's like produce you always want to buy organic, and then the rest you can kind of use your
Oh
own. Yeah, you
yeah,
know what I'm
there's
talking about?
the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
Google the. You go on Google and just Google the Dirty Dozen.
Yeah.
In regards to vegetables, there's 13 or 15 vegetables you don't want to eat
Yeah.
because they're full of like celery's one. And the reason is it takes in all the pesticides and all the nasty
Yeah.
water. And oh my celery, I mean celery's is horrendous. All the anyway,
Potatoes, bell peppers, strawberries. I know off the top of my
there's
head.
yeah, there's certain things you just don't want to eat.
So, which language will get you closer to the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions?
The one I just spoke.
And that's super ancient.
It's an ancient language no longer spoken on this planet by me and others.
Okay,
Monks probably talk it.
probably.
Yeah. But
Every time I,
the idea is to get connected to your higher self. Uh,
exactly.
you are a biological unit, so we all know that. And every religion everywhere will teach you, even the New Agers. I mean, everyone. I've heard it preached from the pulpit for 20 years in the Assembly of God Church and Baptist Church, that you are not human. That's what all these people tell you. You are a spiritual being just having a human experience.
Hmm.
And, Paul said, pray constantly because my spirit is willing, but my flesh is weak. And there's this constant battle between the flesh and the mind, the spirit, the soul, the flesh. And you have to learn how to get integrated to the point where you and your higher self are one. The Holy Spirit, if you're a Christian, you want the Holy Spirit living inside you. You want the Holy Spirit taking over your vocal cords and speaking for you, or your higher self, or whatever. You want to bring in these, higher dimensions into the physical realm through this biological unit, and that's how we win the battle. Is by bringing in our true higher selves, our guardian angels, and whatever you want to imagine. If you're a Buddhist, they have all their gods and whatever. We just need to, pull in the higher dimensional benevolent beings into this place at the bottom. This is the bottom line at the end of the day.
Hmm. Absolutely.
I really see no other way to save this place. It is literally going to take like what we call the 100th monkey effect, and it starts with every individual, each and every one, each person. Everybody's throwing their, not everyone, but there seems to be a part of the population that's just, they don't care, they got to work, pay the bills, They throw their hands up in the air and they go and they accept the programming. And the programming is, I can't do anything. I hate to say it, but even Christianity has the program sit around do nothing, wait for Jesus Christ. So even in what I say is, in order to you have to have 90% truth, and that's why I think all the religions have a piece of the truth. And it's kind of like a big top tent, a circus, and you know the big top tent circus,
Mhm. Mhm.
and you have all the poles. You see, one day all the poles are going to collapse into the center, and in the center is each pole is represent one's Buddhism and Taoism and Christianity and Judaism and Muslim and Islam. Each pole represents a religion under this big top hat. And at the top is God, right? And then one day all the poles collapse and they all point to the center, and in the center is
Mhm.
God. And every religion and every person, every tongue, everyone will know that we're all talking about the same thing. It's God.
Yeah.
Why, stop the division, stop the divide, get off your high horse, and try to realize that we're all in this together. And it's time for us to all work together because they have us so divided, so
Mm.
conquered. The language barriers, I mean, they separate us. Why do you think there's different languages? To separate us more. Divide, conquer. Anyway, I'm digressing.
It's okay.
Um, anything in the chat, Sarah?
No. Um. Um. They're just talk. Oh, they asked what they should do on the eclipse, and
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know about
take a break for 1 sec. I'll be right back. Okay?
that.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yep. I'll be back.
So I stopped sharing. Meanwhile, I think I will attempt to get to my live stream here. I feel like I should have some intermission music here. Why can't I? Sorry, I'm trying to get to my own live stream. It's kind of funny. Oh, here it is. Right. And I clicked on the wrong one. Isn't that lovely? Let's see here.
Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, they put a weird icon on my show. That's weird. Interesting. All right, now I can see the live stream. Finally. All right. Do you really see any questions?
How about people are talking about the eclipse and kind of just telling jokes and stuff, like what they're gonna do. He says, "I'll sing." Guy says, "I'll sing it bare. I plan to sing the fifth dimension's Age of Aquarius. I'll sing it barefoot, dancing in my grassy backyard." That's one way to enjoy the eclipse, I guess. I don't really see Lord Friber. I don't know what he's asking. He said, "How about your grandfathers you have never known?" But I don't know what about them.
Are you talking about your bloodline?
I have no idea.
I mean, I'm not a big bloodline person, but there's a lot of validity to it
Okay.
because it stores your DNA
I was gonna say because DNA. Yeah. Okay.
and it's representative of who you are.
Okay.
Because certain bloodlines can only handle certain souls. And what happened is when they created this version of Homo sapien that we exist in today, in case you don't know this, we are highly genetically engineered. I
Yeah.
hate to tell you this, people. If you want to believe in evolution and you look at the little chart, we're missing a minimum of 1 million to 2 million years of evolution. Okay, between Neanderthal man and Homo sapien, we're like missing 2 million years. Okay,
Wow.
I'll give you another example. Hopefully, it's true on this Earth. On my old Earth, the human body had 26 amino acids. Without these 26 amino acids, you're dead. The issue is that only 24 of these amino acids can be found on the planet Earth, the dirt beneath your feet, wherever you live, flat Earth, globe. I don't care what you want to call it. Basically, we can only find 24 of these amino acids in nature, which
Hmm.
means that the human body, and we studied it, so this is like biology, we genetically engineer the other two amino acids from the 24, and that's what keeps us alive.
Ah.
So we have to genetically engineer within our own bodies on the biological level two amino acids from the 24 or we're dead.
Hmm. Neat.
So that's proof that we do not come from this. It's proof that there's other DNA that do not come from this place that is here.
Yeah. Who were the last real humans, if that is such a thing?
Oh wow. Oh wow. I can't answer that. Wow.
Okay. Y'all don't
They're
get.
they're 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 everywhere. Billions of them. There's billion. You see, you referred yourself as a Homo sapien. What happened is that you got genetically engineered and you got screwed, and you got your DNA cut, and you got thrown into a prison system, and you got screwed with and tattooed. Bottom line, I'm sorry that's what happened. But yet, out in the outer realms, there are what you call Homo sapiens that this did not happen to, and they have their full DNA intact. And if you were to meet one of them, and if you could speak when your full DNA is intact and you're untainted, when you're brought up from a child into the way of the universe and how God is, and you're connected to your true source, and if you are untainted and brought up in that environment, if you were to meet one of these people, they would look human to you, but their abilities would be what you would call gods. So they would appear to be a god to you, but they're not. That's the ironic thing. You don't understand how dumbed down you've been and how manipulated you've been and how asleep you are. Myself included, I'm preaching to the choir. I'm not standing from a pedestal. I'm right here in the muck and I'm in the dirt with you. And all this stuff has happened to me and I'm simply aware of it. And I probably shouldn't. Oh, this is getting into doom and gloom.
Yeah. Watch
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, watch that one. But basically, but how do I make you aware of what's going on without a little
Exactly.
doom and gloom and fear? I don't want fear. I don't want doom and gloom. The thing is, you have to wake up. See, what happens is, um, just think of you're at the bottom of the ocean, you start swimming to the top, and there's different layers. And as you go different layers, there's the shark layer, and then there's this layer, and eventually get up to the plankton, and then finally you get to the surface of the ocean, and everything's cool, and you're like, wow, that was really scary down there, man. There's all kinds of weird creatures and sharks and all kinds of weird stuff happening. But I'm up here, okay. I'm okay. I'm all right now. Do you get the parable?
Mm-hmm.
Here, you want to hear another parable? I don't know as we're talking about parables. This is a good one. So there's this, these fish, and they're brought up, and they're warned not to swim too close to the surface. Because that's where the druggies hang out. You know, all the druggy fish hang out on the surface. And so the juveniles went up there, like, you know how juveniles are. They don't listen to their parents. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna experiment. And then they're like, wait a minute, there's all this tasty food just hanging out. They've been lying to us. Look at all that food just dangling. They're making us eat this crap down here, and we got this killer stuff. And so they start biting into the bait, pun intended. And
Yeah.
then they get hooked, and then they get flung out of the water, and they've never been out of the water, and they're like, "There's a sky, there's there's clouds, there's this man thing, and there's this boat and cranes, and there's these things that fly in the air and they're just tripping out. And at the same time, they're in a lot of pain because they got a hook in their mouth. They're being dragged up by the fisherman. And the fisherman, he takes out that little measuring device, you know. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're too short. So he undoes the hook and he throws you back in the water. And then you go swimming back down the water. You run back to your parents like, you'll never believe there's this whole world out there. And there's these clouds and there's these people and there's these cranes. And the people look and his parents look at him and go, oh, look at him.
Like he's
He's
crazy.
bleeding. He's got track marks. He's been doing drugs. Look at him. I tell you, how many times I tell you, every time you swim to the surface, you come back with these crazy stories and track marks, and you're on drugs, and we don't listen to people on drugs. We're not. I told you not to go near the you drug addict.
Oh, that's
Don't go.
funny.
I told you not to go near the surface. You're crazy stories.
There's stuff going on in the chat room. Unirock.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
Rock.
Harmony. He says, "Hey, Harmony. Me and my stream here saying hi. Don't worry, I paused the video. Not trying to CC strike or nothing. Just saying hello with my stream team."
Oh, you want to join us, Rock? I'll throw you an invite.
And then there's a question. Are there
Well,
current?
Rock, I'm gonna give you the invite. You can join live.
Okay.
You'll come in muted, Unirock, and then I have to present you. It takes a minute to get you set up. There's the invite, Unirock, if you want to join live.
I have a question. Are there currently new spirits in human avatars who have come down specifically to experience this current shift in revelation as observers, as in not previously trapped in the fake karma wheel? I think all of us.
Wow, that's a loaded question. Jeez.
Yeah.
Call me on Skype. Send a request to what can I tell you? And I think Unirock came on.
Wow, that's a
Sorry,
loaded
let
I
me get
heard
back.
something.
Yeah, Unirock's here. Or no, Dale finally got in. Oh my gosh, Dale got in.
Yeah, it was the invite in the chat that worked. The invite on the other app didn't work.
Oh, now I'm doing the echo thing. Sorry.
Oh, wait. Yeah, someone needs to mute
That's
their.
me.
Okay.
No, it says I'm muted.
Myself.
Shoot. Well, is Unirock, you gonna come in the show?
I don't know. He's not saying. I think he was just saying
At
what's
least I
up.
know. Oh, Radar had the echo. That wasn't me.
Okay. That's what I thought.
He usually does like a live stream within a live stream. It's kind of funny.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's probably doing live stream. Saw me and jumped on. So Unirock, if you want to do your live stream within the live stream.
Ooh.
But anyway. Oh, well, it's getting late. I should probably get to bed.
Yep.
I forgot I'm still screen sharing. Am I screen sharing?
I see that symbol.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, anybody, it's getting late. I have to go to work tomorrow, believe it or not. So,
I'm off. Yay.
any last questions in chat, Sarah, or anything? Or?
Not that I can see.
No.
No, I think everyone's pretty tired.
Well, you must be tired after that little mind bender, I'm telling you.
Yeah, both of
That,
them.
that little missing dollar, man. But the moral of the story is they got caught. You can't take from God what belongs to God. And I think the insider was delivering a message that they realize it now. Maybe they finally want to make some peace. That would be nice.
Wouldn't it?
You know, maybe we can get back on the negotiation table and come up with a peaceful resolution because
Because what they're doing is not working, obviously.
well, it's kind of like everyone has the upper hand right now. I mean, they're in complete control and they have the upper hand, and but we have the upper hand if we want to come and squash the place, but that's not what we want to do. And everyone's just we've been at this like for. I mean, this has been going on for thousands of years, people. We've been in a stalemate for thousands of years, and we're all burned out and tired, and we're getting ready to pull the plug and take this thing home. Because my opinion, negotiations are over. So
Yeah.
I retired I never said this. I retired a long time ago, people. I talk about who I am and all the stuff I did, and I announced my retirement a long time ago. 2008, I turned in my retirement papers.
Wow.
So I've been retired from the program. I exited the program in 2008 and said, I'm done with you people. But they still bring me back. They're like, you think you're retired? No, you're not. We own you. No, just kidding.
Oh man.
I don't know. Their favorite expression is, you can run, but you can't hide.
Mm-hmm.
You can
One
run,
last
but
question. Is there gonna be a meeting in Dallas anytime soon? I guess how you
well,
guys met up that one time.
I don't know if you want to have a meeting. Sure, I'm in Dallas. I'll meet with people. Just
Okay.
send me a Skype request. I'm open to meeting with people in person. That's no problem.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
So Skype request. What can I tell you? And say say you want to meet me.
Okay.
Oh, obviously, I think I'm falling half asleep, so I'm gonna go.
Have a good night.
Oh wait, someone just came on. Who is that?
What's up, man?
Who is that?
I don't
Who
know.
is that?
Steve. Who's Steve?
What's up? Yes.
All right.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. All right.
Oh, that's Steve. What's up, Steve?
Hi, Steve.
Hey, man. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Do you want me to? You're on camera. Do you want me to present you to everybody?
Sure, if you want. I mean, make sure there's no boogers on my nose or anything like that.
Well, you're supposed to be presenting to everybody, but I
I can
don't
see
Oh,
him.
see you.
I was. I think I clicked it. Or I clicked something. There we go. I was trying to help Radar out. She's trying to get in here. Sorry, I'm
She
late.
isn't. Radar isn't here.
Yeah,
I told them I got in when you put the invitation in the chat for YouTube, but I couldn't get in through the invitation with the other app that I
But
don't.
anyways, Steve, we were telling the Paradox Hotel story. You've heard this one?
No, I've not.
Well, let's tell it again since it's
My brain. I'm kidding.
Hey,
Sorry, guys.
this is the kind
No.
this is the kind of story you got to hear 3 times. So we have the
Okay.
Paradox Hotel. You got 3 guys that go into a hotel room and they ask for room. The
Sounds like a
manager
bad
says
joke.
it's $25 plus I'm going to charge you an extra $5 for the extra person. Here's a keyword: extra person. Then the night manager decides that he didn't need to charge the man the extra $5. So he decides to give it to the bellhop, and he says, return the $5 to the 5 men. To the 3 men in the room. Well, the bellhop is a dumbass, and he's like, I don't know how to split up $5 between 3 people, so I'm just going to keep $2, and I'll give them $1 each. Well, there's a problem. A dollar went missing, so we got our $25 plus 5. That's 30, no problem. Each man paid $10 each, no problem. He gives the $5 to the bellhop. Oh, the bellhop screws everything up. So now the bellhop has $5. He decides to keep 2, and then he's going to give $3 back. So 1, 2, 3. That means each man spent $9 each. That equals $27. So now we have $27, but
Plot
the
thickens.
the bellhop kept $2. Well, $27 plus 2 equals 29. Where the hell did the missing dollar go? It's gone.
And it went to the effort of someone having to keep up with all that. The person had to come in and remember all that shit. You had to get paid too, man. Come on.
Well, apparently it's the unsolvable math problem. People
Yep.
try and try, but they can't solve it.
Imagine how many dollars were spent trying to think about it. So what's you put something in the chat earlier that you were going live and there's somebody that was
Oh, she couldn't make it tonight.
Weather problems.
No, she just couldn't get back from her prior engagement in time.
Okay.
Am I still screen sharing?
No, I just see your sigil thing right there.
Oh, so I wasn't screen sharing before.
No, you're pretty shy of the camera.
Oh, here. Oh,
It's pretty, I've heard your voice for like months on your channel. Then when I saw you, I was like, that's not what I imagined a guy look like.
yeah, everybody says
Totally
that.
not.
Anyway, so now can you see the problem?
Hold on. Oh, I see a Paradox Hotel. Oh, you are actually breaking this down. Is what you're doing.
Yeah. So there's 3 guys that go in the hotel room. The manager says $25 plus $5 for the extra person. The night manager decides that he didn't need to charge the extra $5, so he gives it to the bellhop to return to the 3 men
Hey
in the
man,
room.
I got ADD, bro. This is not.
Yeah, and
two trains depart from a station. You know, it's not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
The bellhop doesn't know how to split the $5, so he gives $3 back. The problem
Bellhop's
is
full of shit.
the problem is that there's a missing dollar.
Because the bellhop's full of shit. Oh my god, what happened to $1? That's a classic lose your stuff and help you look for it, man.
That's pretty
what
funny.
it comes down to.
But anyway.
I mean, he's a bellhop. He's not a mathematician, you know. So maybe he went and got change, and the guy, you know,
all right,
soda. What's the bellhop got in his hand? A soda? You know, come on, man. Yeah, but anyway, more
Steve,
information. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you came on the show at the very end. I have to go to bed. I'm going to end the show.
What?
Well, unless you have something miraculous you want to talk about, I got to go to work tomorrow.
Man, come on, dude. You know.
Oh, what do you want to talk about? We're only live. Come on.
Live for who?
This is a live broadcast. This is not a Google Hangout.
Around the world.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, you know, this is called Good Times. So, Mr. Byron here. Oh, sorry, Harmony. How's your site going, bro? How's it working?
I haven't been working on it.
I know.
I've been busy doing other stuff.
You should work on it.
I'll get to it. Anyway, buddy, I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed the mind bender and what I talked about the universe and what's going on.
That's why they use bellhops.
And always, you know, get back connected to your true source God creator.
Hey, make sure you tell me when to capture more light.
And just remember who you are. God bless everybody. Peace.
Good night.